Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 Camille. Hey, hey. Listen, hey, y'all. Carmine's just about to type your name in. Hey, listen, I just wanted to jump on. I'm in my office. I'm prepping for the start of the semester. And this download just keeps on. It just won't stop from yesterday. So here's what I jumped on quickly to say another mountain. This is from the Deuteronomy. Hey, 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 what up though? This is from that Deuteronomy 1 yesterday, 1:6. You have journeyed around this mountain long enough. Resume your journey. Another mountain where many of you named your mountains on yesterday. Hey, Carm and Professor together, the Rev and the Professor. Oh, hey, y'all. That's beautiful. I'm glad y'all are together. Another mountain, if I just could just jump. Oh my God, from Bahia. Oh my goodness, all my folks is on. What's up from the Chi, Salvador, Bahia, Philly, ATL. Hey, hey, everybody. Listen, so here's the jump on really quick. I'm not even going to hold you. Another mountain that many of us, for us, keep getting stuck around is the mountain of ranking. The mountain of ranking. The pecking order that some of y'all keep doing. It has you in a chokehold. You keep participating in these lists. Who's your top 5 this? Who's your top 3 this? What's your top 10 this? Who's your best person for inspiration is? You keep participating. Those of you who generate the list, those of you who name names on the list, it's one thing to have folks. There are folks in my heart whom I hold dear, whom if you know me well enough and you know that I know them, you can see traces of them in me. I don't ever have to publicly say, oh, right here, that's my muse. Now, I'm not saying that we should pause and that we should not give folks accolades. What I'm saying is that type of ranking, pecking order is diminutive. That kind of pecking order is problematic because it only raises for some or only furthers this type of self-abnegation. And for those who hope to see themselves on lists that they will never see themselves on because one, that is not how they show up in the world. Two, that is not who they are called to be or how they are to show up. Then three, it provides for us a monolith as if that the way that those who do ministry and or preach is only one way. It is a very hierarchical, very supremacist way of doing and being. And for me, it is an oppressive sign. I'm gonna say what it is that we need for folks to put us on a list. Rank me. Let me make sure that I'm in your top 5. I said this again back by Good Friday, but y'all don't listen. And this is why when I come back to the text, you have stayed at this mountain long enough. Some of us cannot resume the journey because we are affected by whether or not we will see our names or hear our ministries called on these lists, which then makes me question, who exactly are we doing it for? It is a kind of, I know I'm gonna get some pushback, and it is what it is on that. It is a kind of, listen, this irks me to no end. Boy, this irks me because it does not serve us well. Who does it serve well for us to be on the top 10? Meaning there's no check attached to it because people ranked you as their top 5. There's no coin attached to it, the notoriety. And who does that serve? Ego? I'm suggesting that there are bigger things in the world that we need to be considering and asking and engaging in an awakening other than who's our top 10. Now, some people will say, come on, Melva, why you just can't let people live? Why is it bothering you? You mad your name not on the list? This is what somebody would say. And for those who say that, then you really don't know me at all. It is, you cannot be... I'm just gonna stop there. There are people doing work for whom some of you will never know. But because their style is of such that it doesn't warrant 500,000 views, that it doesn't go viral on Facebook or Twitter or any of these other social media platforms, then we render them irrelevant when we fail to see that those of us, when I say us, I mean everybody who is doing work, I'm restraining myself intentionally. I'm restraining myself because I already hear what the pushback is. So I'm restraining myself. I just simply came on to say this. You have journeyed around this mountain of seeking approval, public approval, long enough. You have journeyed around this mountain of hoping folk will call your name publicly long enough. You have journeyed around the mountain of desiring to be in this preaching clique and that preaching clique and this ministry clique, invited to this table and that table long enough. Resume your journey with creating your own. Resume your journey with getting your work done. Come on, Theology Con. Yeah. Resume your journey. Friend, don't get caught up like the previous generation who failed to believe the promise that God has set for them, even though God's promise is a little bit problematic because it is displacing people who already are in a land that God promises to an entirely different people. But we're going to set that on the side. I simply just want to say, friends, can we stop? Can we put a moratorium on it? Can we be considerate? I want to scream it from the mountaintops. Yeah, I want to scream it from the mountaintops. I don't even get into I don't even get into kind of conversations like, can Beyonce sing or not? I don't even do those kinds of things, right? Because everybody has something to offer. And that's all I simply came on here to say for 8 minutes. You have stayed at this mountain of ranking yourself against already problematic criteria. Listen, your favorite's favorite don't even want to be in your top favorite. Because the pressure, can we talk about it? The pressure of having to perform and having to outpreach your last best sermon. The pressure of having to outdo what you did last time. The pressure, and if folk would just tell the truth, especially those who preach, if folk would just tell the truth about every time they get up, there is a way in which the paralysis that they experience because of the nerves, and the nerves comes as a result of not that they are not prepared, but it is the performance of it. I know I'm talking good. I know I'm talking good, Colin. I know I'm talking good. I know I'm talking good. Why? Because I've been there. Friend, I know I'm talking good. Yes, I am. Hey, Pastor Netra, I'm talking good. Yeah. It is a sign of insecurity to always want to know a list. Who cares who's on? See, a list is not the same as someone saying, okay, tell me what makes a good sermon. Tell me what are the components of a, right? And then if you name someone and say, hey, I like the way such and such does X, Y, and Z. I like the way they do boom, 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 boom. That's different. But this whole ranking and pecking order, that stuff is for the birds. Okay, cut it out. Cut it out today, friends. But I just, if you could feel me right now, you would just feel how just, ew, I hate that. It's so oppressive. It's so demeaning. You know what Ashe, I know what I'm feeling. Let me put my finger on what I'm feeling. I know what I'm feeling. This just came to me. came to me, y'all. I know what I'm feeling, Pastor Virgie. This feels like, so this is a trick. So let me admit then, this clarity just came. Now, like, I don't like it for all of the reasons that I said. And I don't like it because it reminds me of when you had to be in gym class and people had to choose you to be on their team. I'm about to get off here, child. Listen. People had to choose you to be on this. It induces such anxiety because you wanted to be the first, but you definitely didn't want to be the last name that was called. And the way people judged you based on their perception of how they believed you could perform. Come on in here, Jesus. People judged you based on their perception and how they believed you could perform. So if they thought you were a little too thick, they maybe thought that just because you were thick that you couldn't run, or because you were not thick that you couldn't take a hit. There are all kinds of ways that when folks that we display and that we are displayed upon, that this performance of being of body, if you will, that it brings up. And so not only does it render trauma for those of us who, are reading sort of these lists, it is an act of trauma for those of us who are always asking the question. I just think there's more productive things we could be talking about. Yes, Dana, because I was never chosen and resulted in me just being assigned to a team that didn't want me. Baby, you better say it again. You better say it again. We ain't got time, and I mean to say it just like this. We ain't got time to know who got who my best homiletical child. I don't care. I don't even rank. Because listen, I also move through different seasons. So who I may have ranked today may not be in my top tomorrow. Whatever season I'm in right now may not be the same season I'm in next week. So the person whose ministry or whose preaching was able to speak to me on this day may not speak to me next week. You understand what I'm saying? Please go live, Irie. Please go live from Salvador Bahia. Honey, because we have got to stop this foolishness. We have got to be free. How are we going to be speaking liberation out of one side of our mouth but engaging in oppressive practices in the next? Listen, who does it serve? What is your intention? To whom does it serve? To whom does it serve? So folks could say, okay, well, how come in hip hop we could do what's our top 5 and we can't do it in preaching? I don't like it there either. I don't like it anywhere. I'm like right now dealing with my daughter around this whole ranking system as she's in high school playing a numbers game because she desires to be at the top of her class. And while she's already at the top of her class, she desires to have a higher ranking. So what we do know is that higher ranking, higher scores possibly yields more funding, possibly for institutional funding for college. But in this kind of case, what we doing, this ain't yielding no funding. Ain't nobody laying out no book deals or bringing no extra bags or coin just because such and such some random person who barely just start preaching themselves named you as a top 5. Get out of here. Stop it. Cut it out. Cut it out. That's all I want to say. Hit me with the blowback. I know it's coming, and I'm standing 10 toes down on it. It's other things that we need to be top 10, and if we're going to top 10 anything, cut it out. Please get your foot off these people's necks and stop deriding so damn hard. Like, it's unbelievable. The level of deriding is just unfreaking believable. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm done. I hope y'all have the nice rest of your evening. Yeah. For those of you who know Mama Carolyn, who is a part of the Clearing, is in need of our prayers. I'm about to put some contact info in our clearing session because she suffered a stroke, and I just got off the phone with her. And she wants me to share her phone number with some of you. So I'll put it in our clearing chat so that some of you can call her and just offer her your thoughts and or your prayers. I love y'all. I had to say it. I had to get it off me. Couldn't even keep doing what I'm doing. Because the other thing is we could get skewed on is we can, thank you, Karen. Oh, thank you. 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 See, this is different. It's different when I hear Reed, like, listen, you have been an inspiration. I receive that. We all need to know that we are inspirational. Ashe, that's a human need. It's the competitive, it's the ranking, it's just not helpful. It's not helpful. It's not helpful. So please, y'all don't put me on those lists. Don't. I know y'all love me. I love y'all. Those who know me, and I know, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We're good. I'm good. And also, I don't want to be on some people's radar. That's the other thing. Ah, boom, right there. There's the gimme got you. Some people's radar I don't need to be on. Come on. You got to start thinking like a maroon. Some of us, yeah. We don't have a maroon thinking. And then we be tagging people, right? So when people list these names, then they tag you on social media, which brings additional traffic to you, which then makes you open and available and visible to folks whose radar you weren't even on. And in this season and in this time, some of us need to just continue being subversive. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. You don't hear me though. Because you want to be on the list. Bye, y'all. I'll see y'all later. I'm going back in my office. I'm going back prep for my class over here in my little corner of what I do. And I hope that hey Kitty Berry Walker, I hope that, yes, that's it. That's what you should really get. Everybody, you ain't meant to be on everybody's radar. Because it comes with a different kind of consequence. It's like I read someone posted something on Facebook last week, and they mentioned the name of a beloved preacher that many of us know and respect and hold dear. And it was their attempt to try to, to try to show that there was a disparity by mentioning this preacher's name. And when the facts of the reason why this preacher and other preachers' name was not present were stated, and then followed up, there was no sort of stand down. And one of the statements that were made is, hey, this brings a level of attention to this person that is not helpful. It's not helpful. And that comment was so powerful to me, because I was like, yeah, child, these people out here really in the vineyard doing the work. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Freddie Haynes now is out here really doing the work. That's not who it was about. His name just came to me in terms of as now the leader of Rainbow Push. Again, that kind of visibility. So I'm just saying, you gotta be, we gotta have a marooned identity. And for those of you that don't know what that is, in this big month of Black August, I need you to go check it out, to Google it, because I don't have time, and I'm gonna leave that for your work to do. But in our attempt and need to be seen and to be heard and to be recognized and to be named, just know that it brings another kind of visibility, and everybody's visibility is not necessarily good.